This is the Hayes Realty Real Estate Podcast. Hayes Realty is a team of former Big Five banking foreclosure specialists committed to helping homeowners win in the real estate market. Their knowledge of the foreclosure banking industry, combined with their deep understanding of the Southern California real estate market, have enabled them to meet the needs of many homeowners facing foreclosure. Here's the host of your show, Emmett Hayes.
Welcome, everybody. I want to thank you for joining us. I am Emmett Hayes with the Hayes Realty Real Estate Podcast. This is our first official episode. We've been trying to put things in the works for a good little while now, and finally we're at a place where we can do this podcast. A lot of people have reached out and said, hey, you're giving a lot of good game. You're telling it to us in a way we can understand it, and you're telling us a lot of things that we never knew. We want more. So, I'm here to feed the people. We're here to feed the people this good knowledge and help you win. That is our whole thing, is helping people win in the real estate game. So just want to give a brief introduction. Hayes Realty, the owners consist of me, Emmett Hayes, and Walter Williamson, my broker associate. We have over 15 years of experience in the real estate game. We've been an agent for about 16 years, been a broker for about 10, and been a real estate investor for about 12 years. So, we got a lot of experience, dealt with a lot of ups and a whole lot of downs. So, we can definitely give you game on what to do and what not to do. Made a whole lot of mistakes, and, from those mistakes come learning lessons that you can use for the rest of your life. So, it's okay to lose, but we want to help people win. We used to formerly work at one of the Big Five banks as foreclosure specialists. So, we would start foreclosures, stop foreclosures, work with the trustees, the different liaisons at the bank. I actually was able to write the procedures for the foreclosure process that they currently use at one of these Big Five banks. So, when I talk about foreclosure and how to navigate through foreclosure and the little nuances you can do to help push back foreclosure or whatever else, it comes from a place of really knowing. Because, hey, when you got somebody on your side that wrote the procedures for the foreclosure process, man, you can't beat that. One of our biggest things is, we want to tell people what not to do. Because, a lot of people, they'll tell you what they think you need to do and this and that. And, we're going to help people know what not to do so you can really win. Because, it's a lot of things I hear that, people do in real estate or when they get into foreclosure or, other situations that they do that you really shouldn't have done. It's just kicking the can down the road. So, we want to definitely help people succeed, not just put temporary Band-Aids on things, but actually, come up with solutions. So in times like right now, it's a lot of uncertainty out there. It almost feels like the end of 2007, right before the market just completely went belly up. It was a whole lot of uncertainty. It was a whole lot of what's going to happen next. What are we going to do type of thing, and sometimes, certain people, certain mindsets, panic will come in real quick. And that's the last thing you want to do is panic, because a lot of times when you make decisions based upon emotion, where you're just like in a panic state, a lot of times it's going to be a bad choice or a bad decision. So you want to, be in a state of where you understand all your options. You don't want to just jump to one thing. Oh, because I heard them say it on this TV station or this news channel. So this is what I want to do. No, you want to be fully informed. So in a situation or in a climate like right now, people are either having their hours at work reduced, or maybe they're being laid off, temporary layoff for a few weeks. So naturally, the one of the first things that kick in is how I'm going to pay my bills. What's going to happen now? Generally, especially when it comes to, paying your mortgage, generally some little excitement starts to set in because it's like, what am I going to do? Now, one thing I learned from the crash in 2008 was that, the bank eventually came up with different workout programs that they would give or allow homeowners to apply for. In situations like right now, where it's like temporary uncertainty, we don't know, maybe I can't work for the next month because they shut everything down because of the virus. And so my income has been reduced temporarily. When that happens, a lot of times the bank will do what's called a forbearance program. Now, a forbearance program, it gives you the opportunity to kind of get some relief temporarily. The bank will either suspend or pause your mortgage payments for a certain period of time, or they may reduce your mortgage payments for a certain period of time. Now, again, this is temporary and it's a temporary fix, but it's something that can potentially give you some relief in understanding and knowing, hey, at least I'm going to be able to, make this mortgage payment now that they've reduced it, or, now the next 3 months, I don't have to make my mortgage payments, so I can live and be able to buy food and things like that. Now, keep in mind, this is the bank, and they're going to always want their money.
And now a short word from our sponsor.
Emmett Hayes III Coffee Company, EH3, specializes in selecting 100% Arabica coffee beans from distinct coffee growing regions across the globe. EH3 Coffee Company offers an exclusive brand of organic coffee beans and blends. All coffee products are craft roasted to perfection, which yields consistency and quality, taste, and optimal flavor. EH3's quest is to create an evolutionary coffee experience for every single customer, every single time. Get your coffee today at emmetscoffee.com. That's EMMITTSCOFFEE.com. What do you do when life takes an unexpected turn for the worse? Where can you turn when everything you have worked hard for comes crashing down and your title no longer serves as your identity? In Licensed to Live, Dr. Jarrett offers sound advice to aid those who, like him, have been under attack from medical boards, certification agencies, hospital systems, legal systems, or the public at large. From insightful coaching on how to handle the initial assault upon your character to proven tools for effectively resetting your life, Dr. Jarrett will help you turn your tragedy into triumph, no matter your occupation. You can get your award-winning copy of Licensed to Live, a primer to rebuilding your life after your career is shattered, at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your finer book retailers, and you can get an autographed, personalized copy at licensedtolive.com.
This is Dr. Jarrett Patton. You are listening to the Hayes Realty Real Estate Podcast.
So this forbearance program, while, they may, give you some temporary relief, they're going to definitely want their issue back, So whatever money that was not paid during this time, during this forbearance program, they're going to want that paid back. So, the bank, they're going to always want theirs, and, they're going to always try to get theirs. So while they will offer you this option, just know that they want their money back. So that may be in the form of a lump sum, or they may increase your payments a little bit in order to, get that money back. So, this is not something that, if you, for the foreseeable future, if you know that you're going to have an income reduction or you're not going to have a job, then the forbearance, may not be something you want to do if that's going to be the case for the foreseeable future. But if it's just temporary, the next, few months, next, couple of weeks or so, forbearance program will be a good thing to look into. Generally coming from a place of working in foreclosure, we used to see people, just make a lot of decisions based on, right now. And it was all temporary, and they just kind of stayed in that mindset for years. And, things just drag on and on and on. And then, eventually they end up losing their house. So, we don't want to tell people generally about temporary fixes, but forbearances in this situation, in this current climate, it's a good situation to do because, you don't want to lose your house right now, especially if if let's say they, laid you off for the next 3 months, you can't make 3 months mortgage payments generally, their notice of default will be assigned. But with this forbearance, that won't happen. They're going to allow that. So, allow you to try to get that job back, get those hours back up, and, get that mortgage paid back up and get back on your feet. So it's definitely a good option to do. A lot of people don't even know anything about that, but it's definitely a good option to look at. So again, if you're having any problems making your mortgage payments right now because of the current climate, your income is being reduced, maybe they, temporarily laid you off, and definitely reach out to the bank and say, hey, I'm interested in doing a forbearance program. If you're losing your job for the foreseeable future, or, you're going to have a income reduction for the foreseeable future, then a forbearance program may not be the right program for you. You may want to look at a loan modification and see, how low the bank will reduce your payments. And it won't be temporary. It would be basically a new loan. But, keep in mind, again, the bank wants their money. So most times from working at the bank in the foreclosure department, I saw it with my own two eyes. Most times the bank was only reducing people's payments by $100, $75. The max that we were seeing consistently, the max was $200. And so, in the grand scheme of things, if your income has been reduced or you're not having a job for an extended period of time, then reducing your payments, $100, $200 via loan modification is not really going to benefit you. That's a temporary Band-Aid also. The main thing we don't want you to do is panic. A lot of times when uncertainty happens, then that panic sets in, a lot of emotions start flowing and people just start doing anything. I'm not saying nothing to the people that are out there doing it, but right now in this certain climate, the panic has set in. There's no toilet paper to buy. There's no napkins. It's all bought out everywhere. You can't even order it. Why? Because panic has set in. I'm not saying that it's a bad decision. I'm just saying panic has set in, and now people are making decisions based upon fear. And so in real estate or dealing with your house, you don't want to make decisions based on fear. You want to make your decisions based on knowledge and understanding and knowing your options. We want to thank everybody for joining us. Just wanted to give a brief introduction to the Hayes Realty Real Estate Podcast. And then also just wanted to give some advice today, on what you can do if you're, in a position where your income is being reduced or you're being laid off. So we want to thank everybody for coming, and we have much, much more game to give. So stay tuned in. Thank you, everybody.